What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So you saw the title. We have a new update just announced in Warframe called Echoes of Glaive Prime. This one's going to be coming to all platforms pretty soon. We got a big list of changes. We got buffs, nerfs, and new features. So let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, going over all the news videos, build videos, etc., etc. I'll also be live on stream right when this video goes up with new drops on the channel. So make sure you come stop by if you want to get those new drops. Alright, so let's get right into the feature list of buffs and nerfs for Echoes of Glaive Prime. Alright, so let's start with the buffs first off. So I'm not going to go over all the patch notes here because there's a lot of changes, but some of the big ones I did want to highlight for you. So let's start with the first one. We got some buffs to Titania. That's right, Titania Prime and Titania Normal getting some buffs, which were heavily requested at the most recent dev stream. So, as far as what's getting buffed with Titania, and Titania Prime, of course, the Dex Pixia pistols are now going to be chaining to nearby enemies. Think like the dual Toxicist. Additionally, the ability Tribute for Titania was viewed in a not great way previously. So now any enemy affected by Tribute has a 5% chance to drop 2 platinum on kills. So this combination of changes will let Titania not only farm relics more efficiently, but as you're going through the mission, as long as you keep casting Tribute, you'll be getting more and more platinum from these enemy kills. So a really good change. Definitely what Titania needed, because, she was not very good at farming platinum before, and now she is going to be one of the best platinum farming frames. So, good stuff there. All you Titania mains are going to be eating great today, as you'll be getting, AoE pistols, and you're also going to be getting more platinum per kill. So, awesome stuff. But we got a ton more to go over, so let's move on to the next one, all right? This one will be for the Torrid and the Torrid Incarnon. So this one, it was not really being used that much. So DE has decided to, tweak the knobs a little bit. They're going to be giving a base critical damage buff to the Torrid Incarnon. It's going to be about a 40% buff. And it's actually going to be getting a crit chance increase too. Crit chance and crit damage, pretty good DPS increasing stats. The Torrid is not very popular. So this is what had to happen in the Echoes of Glaive Prime access. So yeah, no other announcements for other Incarnons getting buffed, but hopefully they do get around to, buffing the Bursted Incarnon as well, because that one's not very good. The Miter Incarnon does not have enough damage per shot, so, these are the things I'm hoping they are looking at as well while we go over this stuff, because I'm getting a little bit sick of just only using the Bow Incarnon and the Paris Incarnon and the Leto Incarnon. There's there's too OP, it's getting boring, so let's move on to the next buff here. We got a buff to Nezha's Divine Spears Augment. If you've been using this Nezha Augment, you might realize it's really, really underpowered and not very fun to use because, it just doesn't work the way you would hope it would. So DE has heard our complaints, and now the ability of Nezha Divine Spears with the Augment mod, it will now absorb all loot from enemies slain by the spears. No further changes announced. So that's going to be good. If you're using the Nezha Divine Spear Augment, you're obviously, not very popular. No one actually likes you. So getting all the loot pulled into you directly is going to be a great change, because you're going to be playing by yourself, obviously, because no one wants to play with you on the Nezha Divine Spear build. So that's going to be the most of the buffs that I noticed. So let's move on to the main nerfs in this update. And I'm actually going to change the gameplay on the screen right here. We did have some early previews of some features here, but let's go on to this. Now, this footage will be very important when we go over these nerfs they're going to be adding to the Echoes of Glaive Prime update. So let's start with the first one. The first one is going to be a nerf to Caliban. Now, Caliban was definitely extremely OP, and every ability was very, very good. So they decided to give him a bit of a nerf, and what's going to be happening with Caliban is that his 4th ability will no longer remove enemy armor or shields. But instead, they're going to make it where it's a new thing they're adding to the game. These enemies hit by Caliban's 4 will get a new type of debuff called a Tau damage vulnerability. So, never mind the fact we don't have any weapons or abilities in the game that do Tau damage yet, but maybe they will add them in the future. So, you are no longer removing enemy armor or shields with Caliban, but you will make them more vulnerable to Tau damage. So, it's really making me think these upcoming updates might have some big, big changes to how we do damage in Warframe. So, This might look like a nerf right now because, you know, that's one of the main things Caliban does is remove enemy armor and shields. But I think that we're going to be having some big changes soon that will hopefully make this a more, you know, it will make more sense in the future. But yeah, if you are a Caliban player, I'm sorry that one of your best abilities did get nerfed. At least the other 3 abilities are extremely broken. So you can keep, you know, spinning around like a top or whatever, and having your melee sentient minions just, you know, one-shotting basically everything. So awesome stuff there for the other abilities at least. Next nerf is going to be for Corvex. Yeah, I know, Corvex, you pretty much can't go in a single mission without seeing at least 2 people on Corvex in these, you know, public matchmaking missions. And DE kind of understood that we were like, you know, it was getting a little bit ridiculous. Like, you know, Corvex here, Corvex there. Everyone's playing Corvex. They needed to do something. It was getting out of hand, guys. So what they're going to be doing, they're going to be changing the main damage type of Corvex from radiation to blast. I know, not even a big nerf. But the reason for this is they said that Corvex is just too popular. So they're going to be taking them a notch. This actually is a change that they want Corvex to become less popular. So, yeah, as long as, you know, if his play rate goes below double digits, they are, you know, hoping that it will be better. But if he is still really this popular after this nerf, they're going to nerf him again. They already told us they will nerf Corvex for a second time if people don't stop playing him. So everybody, go stop playing Corvex, please. You know, I know his abilities are really, really good. Chirinka Pillar, amazing Helminth. But please, just stop playing him. I don't want him to get nerfed again because I just love Corvex too much. All right, that's enough of the nerfs right there. Let's move on to some new big features being added to the Echoes of Glaive Prime access update. And I thought I'd give you guys this one right up front. For any of you arbitration runners out there, this defense mission in the background, this will be the new main arbitration defense tile. They have removed all other defense missions from the game. So no more Hydron, no more Costa, no more Akkad, any of that stuff. It is only going to be on this Corpus defense tile, okay? So that's because we were getting too much Steel Essence and Vitus Essence from these missions, and also they want people to respect the enemies a little bit more. We're being very disrespectful to the enemies, and the enemies deserve more time to be on the map. So that's why they're being changed to this. No more arbitrations on any other node, for defense at least. So if you asked me, this will definitely make some changes to the arbitration meta going forward, as we will have to be going on, you know, only this map. So I'll probably keep doing arbitrations, but yeah, I'm going to probably have to, like, you know, do some more build tinkering to see how we're going to end up getting these kills on this massive defense tile for the Corpus. So I'd call that more of a new feature, not exactly a nerf. But yeah, DE definitely was saying we are nerfing this on purpose. So unfortunate there. All right, moving on to the last couple changes here. We have the new Acolyte Announcer Pack. You might have noticed that earlier in my footage. There's going to be a new voice pack for Acolytes. So it's going to be basically replacing your Lotus. So, you know, you just open your relic, and the Acolyte says, good job opening your relic. This will be working for nearly every character in the game. So if you want to have, you know, any Acolyte replace the Lotus, you can do that. Also, Vahek will be an option, and all the other bosses in the game. If you want Lefantis to be your new announcer, you can do that. So a really cool change there. And it is only going to cost 69,000 plat per guy, so no big deal at all, at least for me. So yeah, let's move on to the next one here. That's going to be one of the biggest changes here. We're getting Bird 3 missions announced. Yes, I know. I can't contain my excitement. So DE was saying, basically, after everybody stopped doing call missions, we have these, you know, there was, and they put the shard at Bird 3. It was just a little bit too easy. 30,000 rep per week at Bird 3 for the Shiny Treasures button. They decided to make a new thing called Bird 3 missions, and it's going to be where you're basically going to control Bird 3, and you're going to be sneaking through the tile set of the Cavia, looking for hidden items, and a new resource that will be used to buy the weekly shard. It will no longer be 30,000 rep. It was just too easy, and I totally agree. It was way too easy. So now we're getting Bird 3 missions. You will control Bird 3, and you know, it's going to be only 2 different missions that will rotate every other week, so get used to it. It will be the same thing over and over and over again, but you know, we're going to love it. I know we're going to love it, all right? And here comes the biggest change of the update, at least to me. It's why they're calling the update Echoes of Glaive Prime. They are adding Glaive Prime relics to Borrow Katir. And it will actually be a guaranteed item every time Borrow shows up. So every time Borrow's here, Glaive Prime relics in his inventory. So a great change there. You know, the guy that I sold a 400 plat Glaive set to yesterday, I'm sure he's very happy about this. And also everyone that has, you know, hundreds of Glaive relics. This is perfect. You know, you're going to have, it's basically you just got like hundreds and hundreds of ducats. So honestly, guys, a massively amazing update coming out. Who knows? They didn't actually announce the release date. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those Acolyte announcer packs. Only 69,000 plat, as I stated. I'll be able to buy, 4 or 5 of them, and I can start grinding towards more of them in the future too. So, let me know how you guys feel about this update down in the comments below. I know I didn't cover every nerf, every buff. Maybe we'll get around to that at some other point. But yeah, guys, it's been really, really interesting to cover this update, and it's a great time to be a Warframe player. So I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you come stop by the live stream as well if you made it this far in the video. I will have those drops active. Get a Serra Glass Shard, get a Tome Mod, you know what it is. So I'll see you guys there. Take it easy. Peace.